Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Fun little bit. Jroa is actually coming on the podcast on Sunday at 12 p.m. UK time.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how you know Waleska is the boss, because I must look at her when I say dates or important stuff, just in case I don't get my head chopped off. But yeah, so he's coming on, and this is actually a performance. There is another performance we will check out before the podcast, but I think today's Saturday. See, looked at the boss again. Yeah, but this is Jroa and Skusta. I've been saying his name wrong. I think it's Skusta. Oh, I think so. Clee, who obviously is very familiar with his work, and he's one of my favorite vocalists, R&B artists from the Philippines. So let's give this a watch. And it's like under a stairs.
Yeah, it's literally like they're literally chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling around.
Quarantine duet. And
I adore these guys.
Well, they have a cajon. Nice. He actually has some really good covers on TikTok as well. I'm not a big fan of TikTok and all that stuff, but he does post them on He does post them on Instagram as well sometimes. John, and he's so nice to just scroll by and
he literally like
just
chilling,
sits down with the mic
in his studio, and he's like chilling. Now I'm singing, you're watching.
And this is great because I've actually never heard Skusta sing a cappella.
It's not really a cappella, but it's like non-processed sound.
Well,
it's
what would you call it?
Impromptu.
I guess, yeah. It's not
like
really a cappella, but you get the point.
Yeah. I really like their vocal tonality sounds so freaking nice, like raw like that. They're so good. Oh, look at how they look at each other. I love that.
They're like proper mates. Look at that.
Bad child. Okay, their harmonies are perfect. I know. Oh, I freaking love it.
Nice.
Oh, I love them, bro.
Love his voice, man. Pause.
Their harmonies.
This is what I mean about sort of.
Their harmonies.
Yeah, the level of singing, right? Like even in R&B, which to some extent what both of them do, R&B wise, is this modern R&B genre, which does have processing, which does have this modern sound, just to fit into that genre of the industry.
Yeah.
And it's also very well, what would you call it, catered to a wider audience. Hence why it's commercial R&B. But you don't really get to see this level, this pedigree of singing in commercial R&B singers from all around the world.
That's right.
When you see them in this type of environment, it doesn't sound the nicest because their style that they're singing in, it's a tailor-made studio style.
That's right. What's impressive about them is that they're able to replicate the same sound.
Yeah, they sound the same.
That there's literally no disappointment aspect whatsoever. Actually, I find this way more like exciting.
More enjoyable.
Yeah, I find this way more exciting. I would be the girl that's filming. I'd be like, oh my god, yes, do that again. Yeah. You know, it's so great. They really got this really like unfiltered, open communication when they're singing. You can really, it's like tangible, that understanding in the moment. It's really, really cool. And obviously their vocal qualities are like unmatched. And they're very peculiar, the two of them. They're very peculiar, very distinct in their way of singing, that you're able to pick them out from the crowd.
Yeah.
And and that's something that they have been able to take advantage of, and that's freaking cool.
They're awesome. Both of them together really, really well. I think that's why a lot of people enjoy listening to them together when they work together.
I agree. They're naturally performers, aren't they?
See, what the fuck? love that song, dude. I bang it out all the time.
They're so good. I love how everybody around them is like, yeah, chilling. This is a normal day.
It's probably in
this house.
Ex-battalion house, maybe.
I don't know, but that's literally everybody is way too chill. Like for real, like the other guy's like on his phone, literally not paying attention, and the other's like, "Yep, what
just
up?"
chilling.
And that just lets you know this is just normality.
What
this
they
is
do.
how we do. This is how we roll. This is every day.
It's what they do, and luckily with music, if you do this is like training. This
It
is like going to the gym.
That it literally is like putting in a rep in the gym.
It's the same. I think that's why with music is one of those things that the more passionate a musician and an artist is, the better they get gradually with time. And they don't plateau either too early or they never do. They kind of, it's usually this...
It's a constant growth.
Increment, right?
Yeah.
So it comes from that idea, that because you genuinely love to sing, you genuinely love to perform, so you're always doing it.
What is refreshing though is that you don't see them getting tired of the craft, or at least you don't feel like that when you're listening to them, right? Which is a blessing. That right there is a blessing, because when you take on the many responsibilities that come with having a career in something that you love, sometimes that can take away the love for the craft.
Well, I agree. I think it's also more on
perspective is a personal choice, of course, but
this is something I've been thinking about, because sometimes some of the people like that we know and we speak to, that they've achieved so much, right? And my question is always sometimes why, like what's next, right? And why would you want to carry on? But looking closely at like psychological literature, is so obvious the more you learn about human nature, that we don't find enjoyment in attainment of things, but in the journey,
in the process of
on having an aim.
Okay.
And the positive emotions you experience as getting there. It's the progress of getting there in which we find enjoyment in, not getting
the
there.
actual goal.
That's where that saying of happiness is not a destination, it's a journey. They were kind of onto something when they said that, but it's if you progress. That's where you find enjoyment in. Not having an aim and then never getting there, or always being plateauing. But it's like one step at a time. That's where you find enjoyment in, not finishing the race.
Right.
And
it makes perfect sense though, especially when you see it in the constant growth of artists. I think you hear very satisfied artists that constantly challenge themselves and find a new goal to pursue in their career.
Example that has influenced a lot in John's sort of like creativity. Justin Bieber is a good example of that. It's like, what the hell is there else to achieve for someone like that?
That's true.
Literally nothing. You've achieved everything.
So why keep going?
Chris Brown, who's a big influence of Skusta, is like, what the hell else why? And why are you making 50-song albums?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And it's for the love of the arts and the constant growth and the repetition and
no, but I feel they have a goal. They still have a goal.
Absolutely. Well, there must be. There needs to be a motivator. The craft alone won't motivate you like that.
Could be that ultimate chase to perfection of the craft, right? That could be one.
Could be.
Which is impossible, so you can always live your life through it. Yeah. And even when you will never achieve it. So
that's right.
Go on.
It's an interesting one though. If you would like to know more about that type of conversation, tune in Sunday, 12 p.m. UK time. We talked a little bit about it.
Oh yeah, with John, yeah.
Love that, bro. Oh, they're just too freaking cool. I love it. They're just too freaking cool. Freaking awesome.
And I don't want to spoil the thing, but I shouldn't spoil anything. No. Right? Yeah, just tune in on Sunday, and John makes some anyways.
See you guys later. It's fun.